I think George Will is somebody that said recently that the Republican will not lose. As a Republican, that the Republicans will not win the election. I think it was a terrible statement. You know the funny thing, I do not get along with rich people. I get along with the middle class and the poor people better than I get along with the rich people. Getting things done in this country. If you want to build something, if you want to start a company, it's getting to be virtually impossible with all the bureaucracy and all the approvals. Today, and I am very strongly against tax increases. If you look at, what is going on with your gasoline prices. They are going to be at $5, $6, $7, and we don't have anybody in Washington that's called OPEC and says, fellas, it's time, it's over, you are not going to do it anymore. In the end, you are measured not by how much you undertake, but by what you finally accomplish. If you are interested in balancing work and pleasure, stop trying to balance them. Instead, make your work more pleasurable. When somebody challenges you, fight back, be brutal, be tough. Sometimes by losing a battle, you find a new way to win the war. While real estate is always good, as far as I am concerned. It's tangible, it's solid, it's beautiful, it's artistic. From my standpoint, I just love real estate. I was not satisfied just to earn a good living. I was looking to make a statement. The point is that you cannot be too greedy. I like thinking big. If you are going to be thinking anything, you might as well think big. The first thing the secretary types is the boss. People might not think that, but the Republicans have all the cards, and this is the time to get rid of Obamacare. This is the time to make the great deal. I support health care for people. I want people well taken care of, but I also want health care that we can afford country. I have people and friends closing down their businesses because of Obamacare. The Arab League tells us to go in and take out Gaddafi. We have spent billions of dollars already with respect to the Arab League. Billions of dollars because they told us to do it. Why are not they paying for it? They don't like Gaddafi. Gaddafi being a terrible thorn in their side. That is one of the nice things. Part of the beauty of me is that I am very rich. So if I need $600 million, I can put $600 million myself. That is a huge advantage. I must tell you, that is the huge advantage over the other candidates. Without passion, you don't have energy. Without energy, you have nothing. There is no arguing, there is no anything, there is no beating around the bush. You are fired is a very strong term. I try to learn from the past, but I plan for the future by focusing exclusively on the present. That's where the fun is. If you are going to be thinking, you may as well think big. A little more moderation would be good, of course. My life has not exactly been one of moderation. Experience teach me a few things. One is to listen to your gut, no matter how good something sounds on paper. The second is that you are generally better off sticking with what you know. And the third is that sometimes your best investment are the ones you don't know. Every time you walk down the street, people are screaming, you are fired. One of the key problems today is that politics is such a disgrace. Good people don't go into government. I am the one developer in New York. I am the biggest in Atlantic City, and maybe we will keep it that way. I am a Republican and I would run as a Republican, and I have a lot of confidence in the Republican Party. I don't have a lot of confidence in the president. I think that is happening to this country is unbelievable, that we are no longer a respected country. I saw a report yesterday. There are so much oil all over the world. They don't know where to dump it. And Saudi Arabia says, oh, there is too much oil. They came back yesterday. Did you see the report? They want to reduce oil production. Do you think they are our friends? They are not our friends. I think Ronald Reagan was one of the great presidents. Period, not just recently. I thought he had the bearing. I thought he had the thought process. So we really need jobs now. We have to take jobs away from other countries because other countries are taking our job. This is practically not a country that does businesses with the United States that is not making, let's call it a very big profit. China is going to make $300 billion on us at least this year. What separates the winner from the loser is how a person reacts to each new twist of fate. Sometimes your best investments are the ones you don't make. Money was never a big motivation for me, except as a way to keep score. The real excitement is playing the game. I have made a tough decisions, always with an eye toward the bottom line. Perhaps each time America was run like a business. In the end, you are measured not by how much you undertake, but by what you finally accomplish. Obama does not like the issue of where he was born. Mitt. What I speak to Mitt Romney about is jobs. What I speak to Mitt Romney about is China. Because he has got a great view on China and how they are trying to destroy our country by taking over jobs and making our product and manipulating their currency so that it's make it almost impossible for our companies to compete. The debt limits have to come down. We have to create jobs and we have to create them rapidly because if we do not, things are just going in a direction that is going to be almost impossible to recover from. It's always good to be underestimated. A certificate of live birth is not the same thing by any stretch of the imagination as a birth certificate. It's not like I am anti-China. I just think it's ridiculous that we allow them to do what they are doing to this country with the manipulation of the currency that you write about and understand and all of the other things that they do. So Bush certainly was not the greatest and Obama has not done the job and he has created a lot of problems. He has created a lot of these certifications, regulations and regulatory is going through the roof. It's almost impossible to get anything done in the country. It is a great thing when you can show that you have been successful and that you have made a lot of money and that you have employed a lot of people. China gets their oil from Libya. Why is not China involved? They are going out spending billions of dollars a day on trying to take over the world economically. And we are spending billions and billions and billions of dollars on policing the world. Why is not China involved with Libya? That we do not get oil from Libya. China does. You have to think anyway, so why not think big? Part of being a winner is knowing when enough is enough. Sometimes you have to give up the fight and walk away and move on to something that is more productive. Do you mind if I sit back a little because your breath is very bad? I do have my ducks in line if I want to do it, but I would love to see the Republican pick somebody that was going to win and take over the country and frankly, to use the expression, make America great again. But I believe in fair trade. I will tell you, I have many friends heading up corporations and people that do just business in China. They say it's virtually impossible. It's very hard to come into China and yet we welcome them with open arms. My big focus in China and OPEC and all these countries that are just absolutely destroying the United States. I could never have imagined that fighting 67 people on national television would actually make me more popular, especially with the younger generation. Well, yes, I have fired a lot of people. Generally, I like other people to fire because it's always a loosey task, but I have fired many people. Anyone who thinks my story is anywhere near over is sadly mistaken. I don't make deals for the money. I have got enough, much more than I will never need. I do it to do it. Everything in life is luck. By Donald Trump. I am a bit of a P.T. Barnum. I make stars out of everyone. As long as you are going to be thinking anyway, think big.